Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. I make a green salad today, very simple, with lettuce, tomatoes and onions. The special onions, these large onions here you see, they are not that hot, they are different, they're like vegetable. Yeah. I have the slices here, and then I have the lettuce and the tomatoes I show you later. So that's the main part of the salad, but the main part of the real main part of the salad is always the dressing. At least for me, because I like my dressings nutrient dense and in endless varieties, so I can prepare my dressings eventually. That's also a reason why I make my dressings first, yeah. And then I store it in the fridge. And whenever I want to have a salad, maybe every day, yeah, I just put some veggies together and put a pre-made dressing on top of it. That can be made in 5 minutes, a salad or so. Very easy and super healthy, because greens are our favorite food. Yeah. Greens are full of chlorophyll, and the chlorophyll is really what we thrive on. Okay, this is not the subject today. I want to tell you how to make a dressing. I have made a dressing before, like this. It's a little bit different than the other one. It is sour cream dressing. Yeah. And I have sour cream here from coconut. You can watch a video from MD Vegan, here by MD Vegan, where I make coconut cream. Yeah? And when you put the coconut cream in the fridge and it sits there for a week or two or so, it turns into sour cream by itself, very easy. This one has done that, has fermented. You don't need to do anything, and it's very delicious. Sour cream, we all know it's yummy. We can combine it with cashews, for example, yeah, to give it a little bit of creamier base, because the sour cream from the coconuts has not such a nice texture as compared to the cashews. Yeah. So I like to combine the cashews and the sour cream. Here, that is what the sour cream looks like when I take it with a spoon out of my glass. Here, like a cheese, a little bit. It's not difficult to make. Yeah. I mean, you can make it by different kinds of coconuts, and can make it pretty easy, and you can take a little bit more time with it. Just watch the videos. I have several ones, and you'll find out if you don't want to buy it. Yeah, if you want to make it by yourself, you can also, of course, you can buy the coconut cream and let it sit in the fridge. You open it, yeah, take it out, take the watery part out, and let it sit in the fridge in a glass until it ferments. Yeah. If you don't want to ferment it, if you want to have an easy way, you just combine it with a little bit of lemon and salt. It's also like sour cream. And that's what I do now. In addition to this, I have now the coconut cream and the cashews, a little bit about the same amount. And I have one lemon here, peeled lemon, has to be peeled, and pepper and salt. Yeah. And it can be a good helping of pepper and salt, because the dressing always over-seasoned always to make the salad really yummy. You don't want to eat the dressing by itself, you want to eat it together with the salad. So you have to taste it with the salad together, and for that you over-season a little bit. So I take a lot of salt here, more than usual in other recipes. So here I have a full teaspoon of Himalayan salt, and about the same amount of peppercorns, black peppercorns. That is for me absolutely the best combination with tomatoes and onions and a green salad. That is just a classic. Tomatoes, onions and salad is just what we ate always at home. If you have nothing else, you always have tomatoes, onions and green salad leaves there. So for that, my version is always pepper and salt, very easy. I have a nice variety. There are so many different varieties of pepper. For example, I have this black pepper from India, Tali cherry it's called. It's very nice in flavor, you can compare. Or you can take any black pepper that you make. So I need some water to make the dressing runny. I begin with a little bit of water only. I can always take more in the end, just not to make it too runny. It's a little bit of danger here to take too much water, then you have a too runny dressing and it should be a little bit creamy. Let's begin with the blender dance. It usually takes a little bit longer to blend with the coconut cream because the coconut cream is a tough texture. It's tough to combine and blending. It usually likes to remain by itself. So blending a little bit longer makes it really creamy. And what happened already, it is creamy now. Very nice texture. Maybe I would need a little bit more water. I let it sit for a while I prepare the salad. But now I taste it first. Wow. Perfect. I'll show you later. It will sit for a while now. And the coconut flavor is there, the salt, pepper is there. You have there the pure flavor of these simple ingredients. Everybody knows them. And they come to unfold themselves. And what a beautiful, wonderful dressing flavor that is. It's one of my favorite always. It's always also a little bit over-seasoned as I wanted to. When I pour it over the salad, it unfolds it perfect flavor. I will talk about that later in a moment. Now, I say something to the salad, because it's nice to have a salad every day, because it's so super healthy and easy to make, so many varieties. I show you first something about the green leaves here I have. There is a lettuce. There are different kinds of lettuce. Take any you like. And I wash it, of course. And then I dry it in a spinner, the salad spinner. That's an important tool for me, because the dressings, they really have a different flavor if you combine it with a wet salad. If this is wet, you have to wash it because there is sand in here, the earth is here always, so you have to wash it. And when there is water on the salad, the dressing dilutes and the flavor is totally different. So it's good to have a salad spinner. And once you have this done, you have these leaves, as I have it here in my hand, you can put these leaves into the refrigerator, down in the vegetable case, and let them sit for a week or so. There's no problem. We have a good refrigerator. These salad leaves will not change. You can use them during in the course of the week, yeah, and always make your little salad. Just take out some of the leaves. You can fill your whole case, yeah, in the fridge. You can fill it up with whole salad. You buy 2 heads or so, or 3. You wash them, prepare them, dry them, put them into the fridge, and let them sit there for a week. Nothing will happen. You can make the most wonderful salads in minutes, literally. So I just now take my hand and rip off some of the leaves. It's a nice way to make it. And here we have the reason why I make my dressing first, yeah? Because the salad if once you rip it apart and tear it into pieces or you cut it, then they are about to lose more nutrients because the air comes to the places where you cut it. They have the air always oxidizes it, and then you lose the nutrients. That's also a good reason to prepare the dressing first. The dressing now can sit. Usually we have some spices in the dressing. Whereas in this case I have the nuts in there, the cashew nuts. They have not been soaked. So when they sit here for a while, they will thicken up a little bit. So I might have to go after it, put more water, season a little bit more, and while I prepare the salad, and then the dressing is really done. So it's good to begin with the dressing always, and that's the usual thing what chefs do, and I adopted it because it works so nicely. So here, that's a lot of salad here, just with some leaves. And people always, sometimes they say, oh, salad, there's nothing in it, no nutrients. That's completely wrong, because here a lot of fiber is in there, a lot of enzymes, healthy enzymes, and the chlorophyll, the vitamins. There's so much in this wonderful light dressing salad leaves, and you can eat a huge amount of them. You won't be filling up, and you can eat it ahead of a dish. Yeah, when you eat some green salad before you eat your main, for example, yeah, then after eating the salad, you will feel hungry for the main if you don't have a huge amount of salad. So that's what it does. It opens the stomach. It makes you more appetite. So it's a really nice appetizer to begin with a salad. In France, that is really usual. In a big meal, they always begin with salad or drinks or so, and they know why. Yeah. So here are first I count the tomatoes now, here. And now summer is about to come. It's June now, beginning of June, and we are beginning to see the nice tomatoes. This is a cherry tomato, a small kind. I quartered them and I found them in the health food shop. I tasted one and I said, wow, So delicious, I have to have them. So you find a good quality of tomatoes, then you can make it very nicely with this the perfect salad. I just pour them over the greens, and it's already done. So it's so easy to make such a nice salad. See, so easy to make, so healthy. Tomatoes, you know, this red of the tomatoes, the lutein, it's for the eyes, and it's preventive for cancer. There's so many benefits of tomatoes. I love them, and you cannot replace tomatoes by anything in the kitchen. They're really unique. Tomatoes are very unique. There are a lot of varieties, and it's worthwhile to explore a little bit the varieties of tomatoes. Now on top comes this vegetable onion, a large onion in slices. I showed you before, yeah, and nice thin. And because you can use a lot of these onions in the salad without having the problem that it is too hot, that you don't like it, the large tomatoes, the large onions, oftentimes you have to make sure. Oftentimes they are really gentle in the flavor. You would also can do, if your onions are too hot to eat it raw, you could always cut the tomatoes in small pieces, just roughly cut it, and put a lot of salt on top of it. Massage the whole onions very grossly with the salt, a huge amount of salt, and then wash the salt out of the onions. And what remains are the onions, and as if they were a little bit cooked. They're not cooked, of course, but the hot flavor is out. That's a Turkish recipe. A Turkish friend showed me once when he invited me home, and he told me that's what his mother always does. And I was so amazed because they always eat onions. They're super healthy for their intestines, they're cleansing, and so full of fiber, and really super healthy in many regards. If you don't want to have a cold, you can eat onions. Really, there are many benefits of onions, and one of the most healthy things to eat at all. So if you want to eat onions, you can have so many ways to do it, and these Turks, they have a wonderful way found with the salt. Salt is a very versatile and can be used in many ways, even for making the gentle onions. In another recipe I showed it once to do it, but it is very easy, you can do it by yourself. So now I look at the dressing again, and I see what happened. Actually, it turned a little bit more creamy because of the cashews. The cashews thickened up a little bit. Wouldn't have happened if you soaked the cashews before. That's not necessary. So a little bit more water would be nice. Oh, the flavor is so nice. Now the pepper, the black pepper, together with the salt, unfolds. Oh, and it turns into warmness. There's a fire, a heat, very gentle heat inside, and unfolds. And if you have a good pepper, it does exactly that. The pepper is also super healthy. The black pepper is called piperine. It's on the outside of the black pepper. You only have it with the black pepper, and it's really super healthy. So many things to tell about the spices too. Pepper is one of the very, very healthy spices. It can be a little bit aggressive to the stomach. If you eat too much pepper, it can hurt your stomach a little because it's hot. But in a small amount, pepper is wonderful. So there are many ways to bring heat into the food. Pepper is a very good way. So it is very easy now to blend it again, as I showed you with a little bit of water. I taste it again. Yeah, it's nice. Oh, wow. The thing with the coconut sour cream is really amazing. I love this dressing, and I can actually take a lot, because it's such a delicious dressing. I remember when I was at home, see how nice and runny it goes over the salad. We had always these easy salads. Auntie of mine, she was a real housekeeper. See how much dressing I take? All of it. She had these wonderful cream dressings. She had the cream. She didn't use lemon. She used vinegar, I guess, and pepper and salt. And then we had this huge salad every day. She was a woman with a garden. The uncle had a garden, and there's some animals there. Cats always to play in the bushes, and so. Had so much fun there, and she always made these huge salads from her own garden. That's why I know this cream dressing. The sour cream is a little bit special. Of course, you can take sour cream, make your own, and of course the vegan version, no doubt. They didn't know that then. We had really a revolution, and so much fun here. And now I could toss it. Well, why not? Just toss it. It's fun to cover all the leaves of the lettuce evenly with this wonderful creamy dressing, and to bring the tomatoes under and the onions. And if the onions are sliced, like I did, then the dressing will also dilute the hot flavor of the onion. And the onion flavor goes into the dressing too. So the dressing is changed in many different ways. By the onions, for example, or the tomatoes, which are liquid inside too. The liquid of the tomatoes goes into the dressing too. All this changes the dressing. So you really have to taste the dressing together with the tomato, together with the salad, to be sure what it tastes like. Every dressing has its own salad. So now I toast it nicely, and as you can see, the leaves are still intact. They're not mashed up here. Very nice. The onions, the leaves. An amazing dressing. I could keep it as is. It's amazing. I have just 3 parts, main parts. That's one part. And the dressing, second part, the third part. I won't miss out this time. You can count on me. I will take some sliced avocados and layer them on top. I would like to have some avocados today. I like them, the thought, and I just put them on top. Yeah, just to make it a little bit nice. I sliced them, I quartered the avocados, and then I have these slices, taken out the kernel, and then I have this. Also very simple, very easy to make. Here. Who wouldn't like this? I can't imagine. I know there are many people who don't like salad, especially when they are not vegans. But the vegans mostly know salad. They know how nice they can be. Okay, super healthy today, super delicious, super easy. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And please, if you like, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. See you soon.